Hello, Hofstra fans, and welcome to the first 2021 edition of the W. Mason Coaches Report of the softball season. My name is Rachel Vogel, and I am joined today by the head coach of the Hofstra softball program in his third season, Jay Miller. Coach, first off, how are you today?
I'm doing well, looking a lot better now that we're going to get the chance to start some games this weekend.
Definitely. Well, Coach, as we all know, it's been a very interesting year last year or so, but Hofstra softball is back this weekend. But before we get started, how have you been doing during COVID, and how have you been doing during these challenging times?
You know, everything is sort of fluid and changing constantly, but yeah, that's okay. We'll do what we need to do, and the team's been working hard, and everybody is looking forward to getting the start of the season off to bang this weekend. So we're ready to play and ready to get going.
Definitely. Well, let's get right to it. Last season, you managed to get in 18 games before the season was unfortunately shut down due to COVID. You didn't really produce the results you wanted, but your team was plagued by injuries, and it was unfortunately like a domino effect. You didn't have your starting shortstop, Kristen Hallam, all season. Your starting catcher, Devin Losco. I think Angelina Iapola was out for some time. Sam Ward, I know I'm missing some names here, but it was definitely challenging for Hofstra softball last year. But this year, everybody is back, including the 2019 CAA Defensive Player of the Year, Kristen Hallam. So how is everybody doing and feeling during these times of preparation?
You know, knock on wood, we're a lot healthier than we were last year. Yeah, we went through just a sort of a domino effect with everybody last year. I think that's a good way to put it. And we had some key kids out with surgeries that were out for the whole year. So, but that's behind us now. Everybody's healthy for the most part, anyway. We have a freshman that tore ACL in the fall, freshman pitcher, and she's out for the year. But other than that, we're ready to go. And having Kristen Hallam back and Devin Losco back, those are key components to our infield, especially, as well as our offensive lineup. So it's good to have them back, and everybody else is healthy, ready to go.
Now let's dive in a little bit deeper and talk about your upperclassmen now going into their third, fourth, and now even fifth years in Hofstra, fortunately. But some big names are back for the program. As I mentioned, Kristen Hallam, and as well as Megan Giordano, Casey Collins, JC Roberti, Alexis Goki, and Devin Losco. They're really starting to learn and grow and see what Hofstra softball is all about. So how have you been relying on these upperclassmen now? I know when I started and when you started, they were freshmen, but now they're upperclassmen. So how have they grown, and how have you been relying on them during this preseason and to lead the team during these challenging times?
Well, not only are they great players on the field, but they're great leaders off the field. So, you know, to get the culture established and get the team concept built up, they're the ones that are really carrying that and keeping a handle on that for our program. And they do a great job. I tell you, I've been really pleased with where we're at, with the work ethic that this team has, and with the job that they're doing as leaders. They're a great group. They work hard. They do the things that they're supposed to do, and it shows up on the field for us.
Definitely. So now let's talk about your potential lineup on the offensive side of the ball. A threat from many areas. You've got speed, you've got power. You really do have it all. So who do you think you will be turning to this season to step up for Hofstra?
Well, you know, the folks that you had mentioned before, obviously Kristen Hallam, Alexis Goki is another fifth-year kid that's really been swinging the bat well for us in the lineup. JC Roberti, our center fielder, I think is ready to sort of step in, and she's getting more and more comfortable at the plate. And I really see her being a big key for us, driving in runs, providing a big punch in our offense. Chelsea Manto, who is a sophomore, is our fastest player. She makes things happen on the bases, and sort of gets the offense going. So those are some of the players. that we're looking forward to really stepping up and providing offense for us. And obviously Kristen Hallam is, she's our stolen base leader, the sort of the key to our offense as a leadoff hitter. She's the one that gets our offense going. So we're looking for her to have a great senior season.
And you mentioned the Kristen Hallam, your stolen base leader, actually one away from breaking the program record at Hofstra. So that is exciting for her. But now let's talk about the pitching, kind of where you've struggled a little bit, gaining that either, you're one person for your go-to or having a well-rounded group. It's just kind of been a little inconsistent. But now this year you have a core group of 5 pitchers, 2 returning, including Madison Burns, and 3 newcomers, Marissa Ogden, Bella Pisapia, transfer from LaSalle, and Julia Apsel, how you mentioned, is unfortunately injured for the season, but you'll definitely have options this year, which is great because it's something you're not really used to. But let's talk about what your pitchers bring to the table and who's been standing out for you this season.
Well, our sophomore Nikki Mullen has done a great job so far for us in terms of providing really steady presence on the mound. I think she had a great fall. She's done well during the winter break or the winter workouts. Maddie Burns wasn't on campus this fall. She was at home for most of the campus, had some health problems. She's better now, and she's sort of the veteran of the staff as a junior. So she provides a lot of experience. She brings a lot of game experience. She's sort of been through the wars, not only as we start the season, but through the conference, CAA play. She knows what to expect there. Nikki really didn't get into that last year because we never got to conference. And I've been really impressed with Bella. Our transfer from LaSalle came in at that semester, and she provides a great mix because she throws so much different than Maddie or Nikki, and I really see her being able to contribute right away for us as a freshman. Marissa, our other freshman, is a little ways away right now, but I think we're really with the 3 of Nikki, Bella, and Maddie. We're going to be very strong in the circle, the strongest that we've been since I've been here, for sure.
Definitely very exciting to hear, Coach. We're absolutely looking forward to seeing them throw. So finally, just let's talk about your schedule. You currently have 36 regular season games scheduled, a good mix of conference games, local games, but it certainly has not been easy for you putting a schedule together. I know you've had so many changes that we can't even track, whether it's opponent changes, tournament changes, location changes, time changes. We got them all. So why don't you just give us a short behind the scenes look into what went putting together a schedule this season?
Well, we had a pretty good schedule put together, and then obviously the COVID situation changed everything. So and we anticipate future changes as we go along. So I think it's going to be a fluid type of schedule with COVID, with the weather. Obviously, this part of the country, the weather in the winter, because we're in the winter. We aren't even in the spring yet. We're still in the winter.
Yeah, where should you be right now? Florida, California?
We shouldn't be playing in Newark. So that's the frustrating part of it is, everybody else in the country is traveling all around the country playing, and we're limited to up here in the Northeast. So that's a frustration, but it's what we have to work with. So we'll play when we can, and hopefully the weatherman will cooperate as much as possible and allow us to get out there and compete.
I think we all hope the weatherman will cooperate, but
That's right.
That's right. So this weekend you'll get the Villanova Invitational started. As I mentioned, been a lot of changes for that as well, but we'll take it one weekend at a time. This weekend you'll play 4 games, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. Season opener versus Syracuse at 10 a.m. on Saturday, and you'll play Villanova 3 straight times. So what will that competition be like for Hofstra? I know 2 schools and some great conferences.
Well, yeah, we're looking forward to getting started. It really doesn't matter. We just want to play against somebody besides ourselves right now. So we're looking forward to getting out there on the field against an opponent where we can sort of see what we have and see where we're at, what we need to work on. Obviously, the conference is much different this year. But we're looking forward to competing in the CAA and having some success there. The few weekends that we have to play before conference starts will allow us to sort of solidify the lineup, get everybody settled in, and get some at bats under their hats a little bit, and we should be ready to go.
Well, we're certainly looking forward to the start of the season. And as I mentioned, the games will be held at a neutral site this weekend, Branch Brook Park in Newark, New Jersey. Fans, unfortunately, live stats and video unavailable due to the location change, but we'll do our absolute best to keep you updated on the Hofstra Softball Twitter page and on the Hofstra Softball schedule page on gohofstra.com. Coach, we wish you the absolute best of luck this weekend as you begin your 2021 season. Best of luck all season long as well. Stay healthy, stay safe, and thank you for taking the time to catch up with me today.
All right. Thanks, Rach. Thanks very much.
And that was the head softball coach of the Hofstra Pride, Jay Miller. And you've been watching the W. Mason Coaches Report on gohofstra.com.